Pain speaks a language we are taught to ignore. From the moment it arrives, whether it's the sharp sting of betrayal, the dull ache of loneliness, or the crushing weight of grief, our only instinct is to silence it, to numb it, to run from it. We see it as a flaw in our existence, a bug in the code, a signal that something has gone terribly, fundamentally wrong. We treat our pain like an enemy to be defeated, a monster to be locked away in the basement of our minds. But what if pain isn't an enemy? What if it's not a signal of failure, but a message? A profound, urgent, and deeply personal message, delivered in the only language that can get our attention. Viktor Frankl, a man who lived through a level of pain most of us can barely comprehend, believed this to be true. He saw that our deepest pain is often a teacher in disguise, trying to deliver a lesson we desperately need to learn. And the shocking truth is, most of us are failing the class. We are so busy running from the teacher that we never stop to hear the lesson. Today, we stop running. Today, we turn and face our teacher. We will uncover the 3 shocking, counterintuitive, and life-changing lessons that your pain is trying to teach you right now. These are not platitudes. These are profound truths, forged in the crucible of human suffering, that have the power to transform your relationship with pain forever. But to truly receive these lessons, you must first agree to become a student. You must make a conscious choice to stop fighting and start listening. So, before we proceed, I want you to perform a small but powerful act. Pause this video, go to the comments, and write this sentence. I am ready to learn from my pain. This is not for me, this is for you. It is a declaration. It is you turning to face your teacher. It is the beginning of your wisdom. When you have done that, come back and let the first lesson begin. Lesson number 1. Pain is a filter that reveals what truly matters. We live our lives buried under layers of triviality. We worry about social status, about the opinions of people we barely know, about accumulating possessions, about planning the perfect vacation. Our days are filled with 1,000 small, insignificant concerns that we treat as matters of life and death. Our minds are cluttered with noise, and we lose sight of what is real, of what is essential. Then pain arrives. And pain is a fire, a purifying fire that burns away everything that is not essential. When you are in the grips of profound physical or emotional pain, the trivialities of life are instantly vaporized. Suddenly, you don't care about the latest gossip, the stock market fluctuations, or the dent in your car. The noise of the world fades into an insignificant hum. The fire of your pain burns through the clutter and leaves you standing in a stark, silent landscape where only 2 or 3 things remain. This is the first shocking lesson your pain is trying to teach you. It is a filter. It is life's most brutal and effective tool for clarifying your values. Viktor Frankl experienced this in the most extreme way imaginable. In the concentration camps, he and his fellow prisoners were stripped of everything that society uses to define a person. Their homes, their careers, their families, their names, their hair, their clothes all gone. All the layers of identity were burned away. And what was left? What was left was the unshakable core of human existence. The love for a child, the memory of a spouse's smile, the choice to maintain one's dignity in the face of utter degradation, the decision to share a crust of bread with a fellow prisoner. In that landscape of absolute pain, what mattered became blindingly clear. And it had nothing to do with what they had, and everything to do with who they chose to be. Your pain is doing the same thing for you right now, on a different scale. That heartbreak you feel isn't just pain. It's a lesson clarifying the immense value you place on love and connection. That grief isn't just sadness. It's a testament to the profound depth of the bond you shared. That professional failure isn't just a setback. It's a chance to question what kind of work would truly be meaningful to you, beyond the paycheck and the title. Pain forces you to answer the question, when everything else is taken away, what is the one thing you cannot bear to lose? The answer to that question is your deepest value. It is your North Star. Most people live their whole lives without ever finding their North Star because they are too busy navigating by the flickering streetlights of society's expectations. Your pain has given you a gift, a terrible, painful, unwanted gift, but a gift nonetheless. It has given you clarity. It has filtered out the noise. It is showing you what is truly sacred in your life. So the first step in learning from your pain is to ask this question: what has this pain burned away from my life that I now realize was just clutter? And what has it left behind that I now know with absolute certainty I cannot live without? Listen to the answer. That is your pain, the teacher, pointing you toward your true north. Do not waste this brutal clarity. It is the foundation upon which you can build a more authentic and meaningful life. Lesson number 2. Pain is a compass pointing to where you must take responsibility. Our natural response to pain is to see it as an external force that has unfairly invaded our lives. We see ourselves as victims. Why is this happening to me? We ask. We blame our parents, our partners, our bosses, our circumstances, the world. This victim stance, while understandable, is a state of complete powerlessness. As long as you believe your pain is someone else's fault, you are giving them the power to fix it, and you will wait forever. The second shocking lesson of pain is that it is not an accusation. It is a direction. It is a compass. And that compass needle is almost always pointing toward an area in your life where you have been called to take greater responsibility. Pain often arises from a gap between the life you are currently living and the life your soul knows you are capable of living. A gap between the person you are and the person you could be. Pain is the tension in that gap. It is a signal of misalignment. It's the dashboard warning light in your car telling you that something needs your immediate attention. Viktor Frankl's entire philosophy, Logotherapy, is built on this idea of responsibleness. He believed that true freedom is not the absence of problems, but the freedom to take responsibility for our responses to them. He would often say that he didn't like the Statue of Liberty on the east coast of the United States as much as he wished for a statue of responsibility on the west coast. When you feel the pain of loneliness, it can be seen as a call to take responsibility for your own connection. It's a call to take the risk of reaching out, of being vulnerable, of building the relationships you crave instead of waiting for them to magically appear. When you feel the pain of regret over a past mistake, it is a call to take responsibility for your future actions. It's a call to learn from the error, to make amends if possible, and to commit to living with greater integrity from this moment forward. When you feel the pain of an unfulfilling job, it is a call to take responsibility for your own potential. It is a demand from your soul to stop sleepwalking through your life and to start taking small, concrete steps toward creating or finding work that aligns with your values. Pain is a demanding teacher. It does not accept excuses. It is relentlessly honest. It points to the place where you have given away your power, where you have avoided a difficult choice, where you have neglected a part of your own growth. The question your pain is asking is not, who did this to you? The question is, what will you do now? This is a radical shift from victim to creator. It's the understanding that while you may not be responsible for the event that caused your pain, you are 100% responsible for your response to it. This is where your power lies, not in changing the past, but in taking ownership of your present. So, look at your pain right now. Take a deep breath. And instead of asking why it's there, ask it this: what action is this pain demanding of me? What choice have I been avoiding? What responsibility am I being called to finally, courageously take into my own hands? Your pain is not there to punish you. It is there to guide you. It is your personal compass, pointing you directly toward the path of your own growth and liberation. Following that direction is the second great lesson. Lesson number 3. Pain is a chisel that creates your capacity for love and connection. This is perhaps the most shocking and paradoxical lesson of all. In a world that tells us to be strong, perfect, and polished to be worthy of love, pain teaches us the opposite. We believe that our pain, our brokenness, our scars are things we must hide. We fear that if others see our wounds, they will turn away. We think our suffering isolates us, cutting us off from the rest of humanity. This is a lie. And the truth is the most beautiful and redemptive lesson your pain will ever teach you. The third shocking lesson is this: your pain is not a barrier to love. It is the prerequisite for it. It is the very thing that makes deep, authentic human connection possible. Think of a bowl. What makes a bowl useful? It is not the clay. It is the empty space inside. It is the hollowness that allows it to hold things. An unbroken, solid block of clay is useless. It must be hollowed out, shaped, and fired to fulfill its purpose. Your pain is the hollowing out. Your suffering is the chisel that carves out the space inside you. And it is that empty space, that hollowed out capacity, that allows you to hold the pain of others. It is what allows you to be filled with compassion, empathy, and true understanding. A person who has never known deep suffering cannot truly connect with someone who is suffering. They can offer sympathy from a distance, but they cannot offer empathy from a place of shared humanity. They are like the solid block of clay. There is no space inside them to hold another's grief. But you, because you have been broken, you can understand. Because you have known the darkness, you can sit with someone in theirs without needing to turn on a light. Because you have felt the sting of your own wounds, you can recognize and tend to the wounds in others with a gentle and knowing hand. Viktor Frankl's profound empathy for his patients did not come from his academic training alone. It came from the fact that he had suffered with them. He knew the landscape of despair intimately. His pain became a bridge to the pain of others. It was the source of his greatest gift as a healer. We are taught to see our scars as ugly, as things to be covered up. But Frankl's wisdom teaches us to see them as a map that can help guide another lost soul through the same territory you have already navigated. Your experience of anxiety is what allows you to comfort a friend during a panic attack. Your experience of grief is what allows you to offer true solace at a funeral. Your experience of failure is what allows you to mentor a colleague through a difficult time. Your pain is not just for you. It is a gift you are being prepared to give to the world. It is the tuition fee for the school of compassion. It is the initiation into the tribe of those who understand. This is the ultimate act of finding meaning in suffering. You take your most personal and painful experience, and you turn it outward in an act of service. You alchemize your personal tragedy into a collective triumph. You allow your wounds to become a source of healing for others. So the final question your pain is asking is this: how can this experience, this very pain that feels so isolating, become a bridge to another human being? Who in your life or in the world is suffering in a way that you now, because of what you have been through, uniquely understand? When you can answer that question, your pain is no longer a burden. It becomes your purpose. It is no longer a source of shame. It becomes your greatest source of strength and your most profound reason to love. So, let us stand back and look at these 3 revolutionary lessons. Society tells you to run from your pain. Frankl, and the deep wisdom of the human spirit, tells you to turn and face it. Lesson 1. Your pain is a filter, burning away the trivial and showing you what is truly essential. It clarifies your values. Lesson 2. Your pain is a compass, pointing directly to the area in your life where you are being called to take courageous responsibility. It clarifies your path. And lesson 3. Your pain is a chisel, carving out the capacity for deep empathy and connection. It clarifies your ability to love, your values, your path, your capacity to love. Is this not the very definition of a meaningful life? Your pain is not random. It is not a punishment. It is a profound and often brutal form of education. It is your personal curriculum, designed to sculpt you into the person you are always meant to become. The goal is not a life without pain. The goal is a life where no pain is ever wasted. Look again at the words you wrote in the comments. I am ready to learn from my pain. This is the vow of a student of life. It is the beginning of the end of your suffering, not because the pain will disappear, but because you have finally understood its purpose. You are no longer its victim. You are its student. And one day, you will be its graduate, a masterpiece sculpted by the very forces you once believed would destroy you.